Hello everyone and welcome to today's session on how to pass a job interview. But before we go ahead, let's have a look into today's agenda. First, we will talk about the preparation before the job interview. Then we will talk about things to keep in mind during the job interview and what to do after the job interview. We will also discuss types of job interviews. But before we go ahead, if you like our video, please do not forget to subscribe the Edureka YouTube channel and hit the notification bell icon to never miss an update from us. Also, if you're looking for an online training certification, do check out the link given in the description box below. So let's begin. First, we will discuss the preparation that you need to do before the job interview. Firstly, begin by researching the company and your interviewer. Researching properly about the company and the job role will not only help you in preparing better for the interview, but give you more confidence as well. Interviewers also prefer candidates who do their research. It's always a good idea to research more about the company, such as what they do, how they make money, who their typical customer or client is, etc. You can do this company research on the company's website, on their social media pages, and by searching Google. Next, very important, comes the preparation for technical interview. You should be thorough with the skills you have mentioned on your resume and those that the job role requires you to know. Brush up on your fundamentals. Prepare for questions on the programming languages you have mentioned. Also prepare in advance for questions repeat based on your work experience and your achievement. Next, practice your answers to commonly asked interview questions, such as tell me about yourself, why are you interested in this role with our company, what are your strengths and weaknesses, why should we hire you, why do you want to work here, what are your goals, why did you leave, or why are you leaving your job. Next, be prepared to talk about your work experience. You need to be prepared to talk about both your technical skills as well as your behavioral abilities, such as working in a team, working under pressure, how you communicate and improve on mistakes, how you respond to criticism and feedback. Be prepared with examples from your work experience where you demonstrated such skills. Next, be prepared for difficult questions. Review some of the most common and tough interview questions to prepare quality answers to use in your interview. This step can help you feel more confident in your answers and have a better idea of qualifications that you will highlight throughout the interview. A few questions you may consider planning for can be: what is your biggest weakness? Why are you leaving your current job? And discuss a time when you had to overcome a challenge at work. Next, let's discuss the things to keep in mind during the interview. Firstly, your appearance. Your appearance creates the first impression, so make sure to look smart. It is not about looking beautiful, but neat and presentable. Dress decently, don't wear too vibrant colors, don't show panic, and remember to smile pleasantly. Next, be upfront and use clear language. Don't use vague language and dodge the interviewer's questions. And don't lie. They usually know, as hiring managers interview a lot of people and have a great sense for this. Next, don't forget about non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication plays a major role in a job interview. Don't look at your feet, don't have your arms crossed, and don't lean on the back of your chair. All these signs will show inward looking attitudes to the interviewer and he won't feel free to get to know you better. Make sure to keep this in mind. Next, use facts and figures to demonstrate your achievement. When you're answering questions about what you have achieved in previous roles, use data to back up your statement. For example, if you have experience in sales, explain that you were responsible for increasing the sale by 20% in that role. If you have had success with previous customers, give details of your positive feedback and how your customer satisfaction rating has been consistently higher than average. Next, let's discuss the type of interview. Now, there are three types of interviews: technical interview, HR or non technical interview, and stress interview. While we have covered the preparation for technical questions, let's discuss about non technical or HR interview. For the non technical aspect of any interview, you need skills like communication, teamwork, confidence, pleasant personality, self belief, and wisdom. So always wear your confidence and don't panic. Remember that the answer should not be too long or too short. Pay attention and listen carefully to the interviewer. If you don't understand a question, don't be shy to ask to repeat the question. But don't ask too many times. Show eagerness to learn. And lastly, show keen interest in company's domain and work. Next is a stress interview. A stress interview is an interview in which the candidate being questioned deliberately subjected to confrontational or other stressful conditions such as a combination of aggressive questioning and environmental influences. You know it's a stress interview if the interviewer is asking personal or irrelevant questions, asking too many questions, appearing to show dissatisfaction, etc. The purpose of a stress interview is to test your performance under pressure. Interview wants to check your presence of mind, calmness, and diplomacy. So you should not panic and think before you speak. Now let's discuss some additional tips for the interview. Remember not to criticize your previous bosses, former employers, co-workers, or anyone else. Next, plan your route in advance so that you reach before time and don't have to rush. Next, ask your own questions at the end. You should ask questions after the interviewer has finished their own questions. The best job candidates are evaluating a company, not just trying to get a job in the first company that wants them. Once a company realizes this, they'll treat you like a top notch candidate and try to sway you to join them. Example: what will be my day to day responsibilities in this position? How would my performance be measured? How would you describe the team culture? And what will be the next step of the selection? And don't ask for feedback on the spot as you need to give them time to think as well. Next, be polite with everyone. Give your best smile and be friendly with every employee you meet. The employer might ask employees what they thought about you after the interview. Now let's discuss the things to keep in mind after the interview. Firstly, always thank the interviewer. You want to thank your interviewer when you leave the room and send a thank you email the following day. Lastly, act interested but not desperate while waiting for the feedback. Sometimes you won't hear from the employer for many days after your interview. They might need more time, or might need to meet more candidates, or might need time to finalize their decision. I would recommend wrapping up your interview by asking when you can expect to hear the feedback. That way, you won't be too anxious waiting at home. If that time passes, it's okay to follow up with the employer to get an update from them. But be patient and never sound needy or desperate. And remember that delays happen. This brings us to the end of today's session. I hope now you have a better understanding on how to prepare for a job interview. All the best.
I hope you have enjoyed listening to this video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries, and we will reply them at the earliest. Do look out for more videos in our playlist and subscribe to Edureka channel to learn more. Happy learning!